Alright, just got a package in the mail today, and this is our parts. I know there's more in there. There we go. These are the parts for our carburetor here, so I think real fast, don't look like much, but a lot of stuff in here. So I think what we'll do first is we'll just finish rebuilding the carb, and we'll continue on and maybe clean some stuff and maybe paint it. So that's where we're at. I'm going to throw these up on a tripod, and maybe we'll do a little chit-chatting. Alright, before we start, a lot of people ask me where do I get parts for these Maytags and everything. And let me tell you about this guy here. His name is Zach, and I get everything from eBay. The guy has an eBay store, and when I started ordering from him, it was about 10 years ago, and he was pretty small, and he had some stuff, but wasn't a whole lot. But in the past 10 years, he's built his business up to where you can call him or order anything from just about any engine, Briggs, Maytag, or hit and miss. But anyway, let me write it down here. The guy's name is Zach Northway, and he goes by ZK Stuff. Let me see that. I don't know if you guys can read that, but check eBay, and that's where I get all my parts. And like I say, now he has just about everything. I mean, it's unbelievable. And this here, I ordered this, and it took 2 days. You know, you don't mess around. If you want something, it'll be there in the mail. And look at this. This is a lot of this is just the fuel thing here. All that goes to the fuel thing, so it looks like a lot of parts, but it's not. And then the special washer I needed, and the plunger. We'll take a better look at that plunger when we stick it in. But anyway, and here's the guy's business card here. I don't know if you can see that, but you can look him up on the internet, and he's got a catalog here, and he has just about, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. He's the nicest guy you ever want to meet, and he stocks just about anything. Okay, that's his website. Flywheel is -supply.com. So check that out. And also, I'd like to thank some contributors to this project here, because these parts are purchased by some donations here. Up in Jacktown, we had Rob RDG 2124. He gave us large donations, and then there was another Rob, and we had Ron and Steve Carnot 99. He wasn't at the show, but he made a few contributions and helped us out a lot. And that's his YouTube name, Carnot 99. And Timothy Gack, he's one of my bigger patrons. And Tajuk TJOUSK. I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but he's a big contributor to my channel. And Jake, Jenny, Adam, and Destin from Smarter Every Day is also a big contributor, and he's the one that helped get me set up on Patreon. But anyway, them guys, you help out a lot. Like I say, you pay for these parts and the paint. You know, a can of paint's $6. I had to buy 3 cans of paint, primer, and paint, and plus wire wheels and stuff. So you guys help out a lot. Plus all my other patrons. I'm gonna put a scroll one of these days and on the end of the thing with all my patrons. All right. I guess what we'll do with this is we'll take this gas line out, and it's a different kind of gas valve and check valve, but this is the later model version, and they all work the same. What it is this one has a little flapper instead of a ball bearing. This one has a ball bearing. This one has a flapper. I mean, they're both good, and they both work equally as well. And it's got a little gasket here. That's another thing. Zach makes gaskets, and he has a fully equipped machine shop, so he can do just about anything you need. This gasket goes on here. Looks like it's a little tight. I might have to finagle it on there, so let me put that on there and we'll get back to you. Okay, yeah, I got that washer on there. I had to push it on very gently. It was such a tight fit. Well, but that's good. Then, now we got to take this little metal flapper and stick that in here. There we go. And then the little flapper replaces the check valve that was in here, little check ball. It goes on there, and then the pipe. Put the little pipe on. Now here's what's important. Got to be the same length. Don't matter what kind of check ball you got, check valve, as long as the pipe is the same depth, so nothing bottoms out. All right. We don't need any kind of sealant on there. And that's it. Let me grab a pair of pliers here. Just torque this up a little bit. I'm going to call that good. Alright, let's open this up and see what's going on here. Okay. I'm going to use the original spring because it's still good. And this came with this set, and it's almost identical. Feels a little slightly bit stronger, but that wouldn't make too much of a difference. So like I said, we're going to use the original one. You know, on this nut here, on the newer ones they had a hole drilled through here. I don't know why. Maytag was always modifying things for better. But let me come up here. Here's the new plunger I got, and here's the old one. You can't tell how indented in that is, but that's crazy. I probably could have machined that on the lathe over there, but I think it was like $6, so it ain't worth it. So we're going to use that. We're going to use a new plunger in there. So let's see what we're going to do. Put the plunger in. Put the special washer on, and then I'm going to try and stay in frame here. It's just barely holding on there. And then I'm going to stick it in here. And screw it in. Sorry you guys couldn't see anything. I just want to make sure that went in right. Alright, let me check it out. Hold on, let me check it out. Okay, we had to make sure that was right. We started going cattywampus, so I took it out and redid it, but there's a special nut or a special wrench you use to put this on, but if you do this right, like right there, I mean, it doesn't have to be all that tight, then you'll be okay. So alright, so my carburetor's rebuilt. I'm going to put that off to the side. Even with this, I was only going to buy the boot. Let me get that out of your way, because we needed this boot, but he was selling either 2 boots for $6, and I could have used it on another engine there like that, but it was either 2 boots or a boot, the wire, and both of the connectors on the end. So for the same price, I opted for this. Alright, I think now we're going to do a little cleaning up. So let me get these off the tripod. I'll show you where we're going. Okay, I had the flywheel and the backing plate and some other parts here in the parts washer, and I think I want to get them. I want to do that and get them out of the way. You see, I don't know how this has probably been sitting here for a couple of days. It looks just as dirty as it did when I put it in there, but all the grease is washed off now. Let's see what we got here. There's the backing plate. Okay. Now what I'm going to do with these is blow them off, and then we can wire wheel them. We also have it here. Feels pretty heavy. Oh, there's the head. Might as well take that out and do that too, right? Not right now though. I want to get the backing plate back together and put everything back where it belongs. Alright, let me blow this off. Alright, put your safety glasses on and hearing protection. Okay, I'm going to do a little more blowing off, and that's actually blowing some grease off, not grease, but what used to be grease. So let me do a little more blowing off. Alright, once you degrease it and blow it off, all you're left with is like dust and dirt here, like right here. See, now that's just dust. I'm going to hit this, I'm going to put this on in the vise and hit this with a wire wheel for about 10 minutes, and this thing will look like brand new. Some guys mention electrolysis and everything, you know. I don't like electrolysis. To me, it's a lot of work, and it's dirty, and a lot of wire brushing and stuff. I mean, I use it, but only for certain things. I find wire wheeling and wire brushing just so much faster and cleaner. But that's just me. So let me clean this up a little bit, and we'll continue on. All right, cleaned up pretty good. This backing plate just cleaned up real nice. This only took about 5 minutes, really. But this thing here, this took about 2 hours. I took it apart. This here's metal. This hub here, and they actually have a gasket under here. And I think that gasket is just to keep the dissimilar metals from rusting and rotting and corroding and doing all kinds of funky stuff. So you take it apart, make sure you put that gasket back where it belongs. Okay, yeah, this had a lot of corrosion on it, plus I had to get in all nooks and crannies and stuff. And while I was taking all the corrosion off and everything, let's see if you can see this. It came across a serial number here. I've never seen one like this, you know, where it's just stamped erratically like that. Usually it's real neat and together, and it's going right across the band there. But I guess this is how they did it back then. But anyway, let me see if I can see that number. It's 353695. So that would make it a 1929, just like we guessed. That would probably be around the second quarter of 1929. So that was a good guess, you guys. But that's how much corrosion was on there. You can even see like some pitting here, you know. So what we're going to do now is you could leave it like this and it would look okay, and some people would like it. I've even seen them polished to a shine, and it don't really look good that way. But what I do is I'll paint this with Rust-Oleum, only to give it gives it a uniform look and a good look, but it also it'll prevent any kind of corrosion in the future. Because that, like I said, it took me 2 hours to get in all these nooks and crannies with wire wheels and wire brushes and wire bottle brushes and everything. So I even took all these little nuts off to get underneath them. But let me get the stuff together, and then we'll show you how we paint them up. Alright, what you want to do with this here is you more or less just a little goes a long way. And you just want to put it on, and then the reason I don't spray it is because if you spray it, you put too much on. You put this on, and then you pretty much smear it, you know, and you just keep smearing it until it's almost dry. You could probably almost do this whole thing with just one dip of the brush, and then it gives it a nice coat. Like I say, you don't see any brush marks or anything. I don't know if you can see that over here, but this is what it is. It's just aluminum Rust-Oleum V7515. Okay. Like I say, a little goes a long way. And all you're doing is really just smearing it on. And it don't take long. Just get in between all your letters here, everything. Okay. We finish dicking around with this, and then I'll turn these back on. Okay. That only took a couple minutes. I did the inside, even though I really didn't have to, because that really didn't corrode up or anything or rust up. And I guess I'll do this now. This may take a little bit because there's a lot of nooks and crannies in there. So yeah, this here is probably already dry. I don't know what it looks like under the lights in the camera, but actually looks pretty good. So, alright, let me finish this flywheel. Alright, I'm happy with that. Some people probably frown upon painting aluminum, stuff like that, but you know, it's an accepted method of the MAYTAG community, and it actually looks pretty good. Most people at the shows don't even know, you know, they just think it's clean, polished aluminum, but it gives it a clean look, you know. But you don't have to do it. I've seen them sandblast them too, and when they sandblast them, they really don't look that good, you know. They're kind of blotchy and stuff. So so that's how we're going to end this. We're going to let this dry. Most of it's pretty dry, and then I guess the next video we'll put the capacitor in a coil and get these all ready to go. And meanwhile, maybe I'll paint up this this hub here, paint that green. So alrighty, I guess that'll be enough for this one. Okay, alrighty, enough of this.